Oh, hello everybody. Happy Foxy Friday. Well, a lot of people have asked me what I've done to improve my voice. And I certainly don't feel like I'm qualified to be giving voice advice, but I will tell you what I've done. My voice is not anywhere near where I would like it to be, but I do think I've made some improvements. And before you say anything, this is not a Christmas tree. It's obviously a Valentine's tree. Hopefully I'm posting this sometime around Valentine's Day. Anyway, so as far as the voice goes, I started a long time ago. There was a long time when I was posting videos where I had no talking at all. And I tried for probably like 2 or 3 years to try and improve my voice. So what I did was I basically tried everything. I watched a whole bunch of different video tutorials on YouTube. I read a bunch of instructions and tried everything I could, and nothing seemed to work. However, I think by trying all those different techniques, eventually the combination of them, or maybe just by exercising my vocal cords, it made some improvement. So I don't think I can remember everything I've tried, but I will tell you a few of them. So one is to try talking in a really, really high Mickey Mouse falsetto and do that for like an extended period of time. And that will strengthen the vocal cords. You'll sound ridiculous, but at least you're strengthening those vocal cords to talk in a higher register. Another one, and this is more of a practice thing, is I would practice in the car on the way to work. I would have an app that I would record myself and play it back. And I would keep repeating the same phrase over and over and trying different ways of manipulating my voice and seeing if any of them worked better. And I would do that on the way to work and back for quite a while. There's different techniques as far as feeling your Adam's apple, trying to keep it up rather than going down. If you put your hand on your Adam's apple, you can kind of feel where it kind of stays high and where it goes low. Another thing is to try and project your voice instead of back to the back of your throat. Try to project your voice to the front of your mouth so you can feel the vibrations in the front. All these things are really hard to describe because they're happening like inside your head. So it's really hard to give advice about these things. Let's see, what's another one? One was to start with a low voice and raise it up as high as you can, like a regular voice, raise it up as high as you can. Another is to start as high as you can, a high falsetto, and then lower it as far as you can, but staying within the falsetto. Another one is to, before you talk, let out a kind of a really high, clear your throat in a really high sort of way, and that will kind of like, it like warms up the vocal cords. Of course, doing that in like a social setting is really awkward, but kind of go, hoo, and then you start to talk, and then you kind of got that sort of mental picture of where your vocal cords should be. Like if I go, hoo, then I can kind of remember what that felt like and continue talking in that higher register. Again, it's kind of weird to do even on camera, even on camera, forget about doing it like with people around. But one of the problems when you're just like in public is you have to start from scratch basically every time. Like before I do a video, I'll often like warm up, like I'll say a couple things and then kind of get my voice to where I want it to be. But when you're like out in public or you don't have a chance to practice, that's when it gets really tricky. So those are definitely some things that I try. I'm sure I can think of some other ones. One is I heard someone say that if you're smiling while you're talking, not only is it more friendly and more feminine, but it also tends to make your voice go a little higher. Talking like you're a little bit excited helps. Talking, they say girls up talk more. So that means they end their sentence like it's a question. And if you do it in an exaggerated way, then it's like Valley Girl. But just kind of keeping that in mind and adding those little subtleties in can help. Again, I'm certainly not a master or mistress of these techniques. I don't know. I don't think I want to be called mistress. Anyway, I certainly haven't perfected them, but there's different things that I try, and those are some of them. If I think of any more, I'll leave them in the comments. But good luck. I hope that you can continue to progress, and I hope that I can continue to progress. Because even though I feel like I'm doing better, some days are better than others. For one thing, I often have like these sinus problems. I've got a little bit of it right now, so I'm a little bit nasally. And then some days things work really well. Some days I just can't figure it out and there's nothing I can do about it. So anyway, hope you guys have a good weekend.